Hello there. So today we're going to be talking about how to isolate sort of fine ink or pencil work, and how to isolate that and how to color it while maintaining all the details and sort of the integrity of the entire image using masks. So we should be able to take sort of an image such as this and then sort of turn it into an image like this, where you can see the lines are just very quickly colored, but you can see how we've isolated the line work, and then we've kept a lot of the details, and we're able to play around with it. So yeah, so let's just go back here. So what we want to do first off is we'll make a new file for whatever purpose we need it to be. So if I want to print a sort of 6x6 postcard or a little print, I would set it at 6x6 at 300 dpi, which is print resolution. If you want to do it for just for a screen, you might want to make it something like for Instagram, which would be 1080 pixels by 1080 pixels. Just check the specifications to make sure you set up the file correctly. So hit create. And then what I'm going to do is I've just opened up my scan. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to copy it. And I'm just going to go to my new file and I'm just going to paste it in. And from here, I'm just going to place it and sort of composite it to make the composition to just have it fit nicely in the frame. So I'm just going to say right there, looks excellent. So we'll just do it like that. All right, so now that we place that in, I'm just going to select the whole image and I'm just going to copy it. So Command A, Command C, if you like. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to hide this layer because we don't need it. But I like to keep it around just so in case I ever need to come back to it. So I'm going to hit the plus icon and make a new layer. And I'm going to fill this in with just a random color so you can just see it. So right now I have it on orange. And I'll just fill it in with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mask. So you can click on this bottom icon, which kind of looks like a sort of a Japanese flag. So you just click on that and it'll make a new thumbnail. And this is your mask thumbnail right beside it. So what we want to do is we want to put this image that we copied into here. It's a little bit hidden the way you go inside the layer mask. But what you want to do is you want to hold onto Alt, or if you're on PC, or Option if you're on Mac. You just want to hold that key and then you want to click on the mask thumbnail. So you can see mask thumbnail. So just click on there and the screen should turn white, or you should be able to see what is in the mask in its entirety. So from here, we're just going to paste our image in. So since we've cut our selection the same size as the canvas, it should paste right in the middle. So we're just going to hit edit and paste, and it'll just be in the same location. So as you can see, they're both exactly the same. So now if I want to see sort of what the mask is doing to this layer, I'll just click on this orange layer, right? Sorry, the orange mask layer thumbnail right there, and then you can see that it seems like everything we want is actually inverted. Everything here in white is becoming orange, and all our lines are instead white. So actually what we want to do is very simply, we can just click on the layer mask thumbnail. We don't have to go into it, so just click on it and you can just invert it. So just go into Image, Adjustments, and Invert. So that's Command I, just like that. So now you can definitely see that, oh, hey, all our lines that were once black, just like this was ink work, now they're all orange. And from here, if you want to, you can even just color the lines, with whatever color you want. So maybe we want the eyes to be a dark brown or black, just like that, or even with the hair. So you can see how you can just very carefully color in the lines the existing brushwork and just give it a little bit more complexity through color, just like that. Quite simple, just like that. That's a little bit sloppy, so I'm just going to undo all of that. Maybe I'll keep the eyes. So from here, let's go back into the mask, and you can see that it's still kind of just a little bit orange all around, and that's because the things that are being masked off, so anything in black, is not 100% black. So we'll just take a look in the mask right here, and you can kind of see here that there's a little bit of gray everywhere. So these are all showing through. Anything that's not 100% black is going to show through just a little bit. What white means is that it's closer to 100% opacity, and when it's black, it means it's 0% opaque. So everything black is blocked off and everything white shows through. So what we want to do here is we just want to adjust the levels. So you can see here, these are sort of where all the pixels, where they all are in the dark grays, and these are all the where all the lighter pixels are. So what we can do is we'll just start with the shadows right here, and then we will sort of take all these things in the dark gray, and we're just going to take these to black. So you can think of this as the sort of the black limit, and then anything past in this kind of gray area will now be black. So you can kind of see how that cleans up some of the detail right there. And ditto with the white. I find that a lot of the details are sort of in the lighter shades, so we don't want to make it like pure white because then you'll start losing a lot of detail. So I like to maybe just go right around where the peaks are starting, right around there, so maybe just like halfway through. And then with the mid values, you can just kind of adjust it to see what works well for you. So I think something around there looks good. Nice contrast. And then you hit OK. And then you can also see how it affects your selection when you click out there. You can still adjust the levels here if you like, just to see how it works. And then you can kind of adjust it there as well. But I like it the way it is, so I'll keep it as that. All right, so from here, you can actually, if you want to, you can even like use this to, for instance, we might not want the background. So if I like to keep all the information that I don't want to lose any information. So if we don't want the background, we can just delete the background right here with just the eraser tool. So we just make sure we're clicked on the layer thumbnail, and then you can just start erasing the area right here and filling and then deleting that. So for instance, I'll just do a really sloppy job with my lasso tool, and then just cut that out right there, and then I'll just delete it. And then you can see that disappears. And then, but we still have the information. So if you ever want to go back to it and paint it, say a different color, you can, just like that. And you'll see that you keep all the details. And then, so if you want to color separate lines and not on here, what you can do is you can actually make a clipping mask. So say I want to color the hair a separate color. So let's just make it maybe a sort of a dark navy-ish color. So we can click this layer and we can just call it hair color right here. And then we can turn that into a clipping mask. And then from here, we can just color the hair from here, and we'll just color the hair just like that. And then very sloppily, just like that. And then I will just fill it in. And then, oops, should probably have used a not soft brush. I'll just use a hard brush instead. And then, yeah, I'll just do that again. So hard brushes are a little bit easier to control, especially if you're filling anything in. Just like that. And then I'll just fill it in with a color, just like that. Yeah, and then if you want to add some maybe shading to the color, you can add it to this layer maybe. Give it some softness so it looks a little bit more like ink. If you want to color in different sections for, say, the hair, you can put those on different layers and then have a clipping mask to it. So the hair color can be on a separate one, like here. And then, you can just clean that up a little bit. And then the face color, say, could be on another layer if you wanted to. Or like maybe this sort of collar, fur collar, can also be another layer. So we'll just set that one. We'll call it fur collar. And then we can also turn this to clipping mask. And what this will do is just that what clipping masks do is that they just make it so that anything below here, it won't color beyond anything that's transparent on this layer, including what's on the mask. Just like that. So you can just kind of color that in. So this can be a different color. So if I want to change the color, I can maybe, I can just affect that one without affecting the whole thing, just like that. So Yeah, maybe like a little bit brighter like that. So you can see this way, yeah, so you can see in this way, you can color pencil work and line work in a way that keeps all the details. So that's how I would go about it. And then afterwards, what you can do is you can start adding in flat layers of color beneath it. So what I've done is I've just colored this image, and then underneath I have different parts. So they'll just isolate the face, and then I'll just take away these. Take away this background color. Yeah, I've got rid of the background in this case. As you can see, I don't have a background here. I've left in the mask, but I didn't paint it in, so I've gotten rid of the background, and then so all the color is just on like the clipping mask above. So to color it, I just added some flat colors underneath. I made a flat color just like that, set onto normal, and then I made a clipping mask on that, and then I shaded it, and then also I colored the eyes on another layer, and just like that. So you can do that with the rest of the things. So same with the hair. In the hair, I added just like just a regular color, just like a purple-ish color, as you can see. And then instead of coloring it, I added a texture as a clipping mask on top of that. So it makes it kind of look a little bit nice, a little bit different. And then ditto with the jacket, same thing. This one is just flat color, and then with a little bit of shading on top of it. So yeah, that's how you can color it. Sorry for if this tutorial was a little bit rambly, but let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully you can just kind of follow along with the general idea of the tutorial, and I will and then I'll answer any questions that you have in class. All right, thanks.